So as you know, I always do a few minutes of classical music. This, strictly speaking, isn't classical music. It's interesting. This piece was written when Whiteman came up to, Paul Whiteman came up to George Gershwin at a gathering and said, you know, George, I'm putting together this concert and getting all of these jazz composers to write serious pieces for my band. Would you consider writing one? He said, oh yeah, sure. Well, he forgot about it, and then he gets a call like a couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months before the concert. How's it coming? And he completely forgot about it. So he wrote Rhapsody in Blue in a couple of months. In fact, this theme, that doesn't really sound like a Gershwin theme, does it? That's because Gershwin didn't write the theme. The theme was written by Ferd Grofe, his orchestrator, and this was told to me by the little ancient librarian of the Los Angeles Philharmonic when I was there studying with Bernstein in 1982. This librarian in Bernstein was playing Rhapsody Blue, and the librarian I was talking with, and first of all I told Bernstein he was playing a wrong note during a rehearsal. He said, "Where?" That voice of his. I said, "Right here." I said, "That note's not in the score." He said, "Oh my God, you're right. I've been playing that wrong for years." So, now I add now I play the notes that he added in because they're fabulous. They're great notes. They just don't happen to be Gershwin's. But neither was that other theme. According to this librarian of the orchestra, he said that Gershwin is writing this so fast that he got Grofe to orchestrate it, and Grofe's orchestrating. He'd written all the beginning, all that fast stuff and the wild stuff and the jazzy stuff, and he said, "I need something contrasting. I need a slow theme." And Grofe said, "Well, how about why does that sound like Grofe?" Same sense of harmony, hear it? So Gershwin did all the variations and all of the work with that theme. He just said, "Can I have the theme?" So he just took the theme, and you know that happens all the time. But at any rate, this piece is special, as I said, because it started at Salon, and for me it was a piece that I learned in graduate school, so I could help myself go through school, because I was playing at a place called the Great Caruso, and these singers sang, one with a wobble that you could throw a cat through, but she sang all these heavy rolls in the Houston Opera when she was too young, and it ruined her voice. But there was the Scotch-Irish tenor who had jokes, like he came out in the kilt and said, "A lady asked me what was worn under the kilt." I said, "Nothing is worn under the kilt. It's all in perfect condition." And but it was a nice little club called the Great Caruso with a stage and a grand piano, and they had several singers. They alternate, but every 45 minutes there were 2 pianists. We'd alternate, and every 45 minutes the pianist had to have a 15-minute break that they would fill. So you go out and play stuff, and I suddenly discovered that Rhapsody Blue was about 15 minutes. And so I learned it real fast and started playing it and started getting $20 tips all the time. So I kept playing it, but the thing is I never really learned it. I learned it enough to kind of play it at the Great Caruso. And all these years I played, so I had been, I've just told some of you over the pandemic, kind of redoing my technique for the 14th time. And so I've been actually working on the notes. So every time I play it, it gets a little closer to what Gershwin intended and maybe a little more figured out. One thing I have figured out though, I went to the doctor recently, and talk about ailments, I have scoliosis in my lower spine and spinal stenosis. I had a really bad bout of sciatica, but put me in bed for about 4 days about a month ago. So, I met that salonist. So, I'm going to tell you something I discovered so you don't think I'm just weird. You know, there's this famous passage where you have alternating fast notes between the right hand and the left hand. It's like left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right. What I discovered is that this curve in my spine that I've been sitting like for years, in order to play this, I have to go like this. Not good for the spine, right? That's just exactly the wrong angle because I couldn't get my arms in a position. So, at that point in the evening, when I suddenly do this, you're going to understand what I'm doing. It's so I can keep my back straight and not ruin my back, and also get my arms in a position where they can actually play that passage, because it's too tight to play it from above for me. So, all right, just so you know. All right, so this is Gershwin's famous Rhapsody in Blue. Premiered a few blocks away, by the way.
Janas and George Gershwin.